Good morning, everyone. Obviously, as you can see, there was a new app release over the course of last night. I'm just quickly going to cover a couple of features. First of all, the new app starts off by if it's a first time installation, you will be asked to name your device, but if it's not, then you'll be automatically logged in if you've had it before, and it'll come to the main screen of whatever the user is that you logged in as. Okay, so a couple of new things which was added. Before, you used to be, when you log in, you were presented with to select a group of vehicles. If it's the client logging in, that has now changed that you can still do it, but at the top left you can see there's something which says all. If you click on it, it now gives you the assets that you can look. We've added an all category which will list all the assets, or you can select any of the categories or groups as you define them on DigitWeb. If you click on personal assets, for instance, it'll go and show you only that one asset which is in that list. If you click on the info, it'll show you the information about it. At the moment, it's offline. It shows you the little picture. You can set the asset, how the asset looks by changing it. The moment it's trying to refresh the location. It's just because the asset is off, it's not refreshing. Um, I will work on that to make it a little bit faster, even if the asset is off or there's an issue. Okay, so a couple of things further. The Everything else pretty much stayed the same from the button wise. The second button from the top changed it to a satellite view. Third one shows you zoom into the asset itself. Fourth button will actually go and do a navigate to a WhatsApp or basically the location sharing that we had before. The fifth button is actually going to that specific vehicle and zooming in on it. And then the 16 at the bottom of that is indication of the speed. Obviously, this device went offline at a speed of 16 kilometers per hour. So this is my test device. A couple of things which has changed. You can see there are like two lines saying Reg 2 and Dev 2. Obviously, that's the name and the registration number of the vehicle. Some of you guys have asked us if we could change that. So what we've done is if you click on the home screen, you can see the third option there is vehicle tracking labels, and you can change that and say you want the vehicle name displayed, you want the registration name displayed, you want both. So let's quickly change that to registration. You can go back to the live screen. It doesn't refresh automatically, so the easiest way to do that is just click on the asset, and voila, it now showing only the reg in that one line. Um, so perfect. The next thing which has been added to the system is the fact that if you want to select, yeah, like I said, if you want to select different groups, you can now select whatever group you want. So there I've got all 15. A quick explanation of how the icons look and what they do. So a blue icon is the indication. If you click on one of the assets, it will automatically zoom to that asset and the information for that thing. Blue icon is no GPS lock. It also indicates to you if it's online or offline, and what the status is, like parked. You can zoom up and down in this little window there. Okay, so the yellow one means that it's currently online, um, and it's parked. So that's the yellow one. And the red one obviously means, let me just zoom out to everyone. The red one means that it's got no, so this one hasn't had a registration, isolated registration, it only got a name, that's why the tag is blank. So this one indicates that it's offline. You can see from the date time that it's been offline. Okay. And then the last one is the green one. That gives you indication, once again, there is no reg for this, so it's only a name. This indicating that it's online and currently moving, meaning that it's got a kilometers per hour indication there. Okay, so those are the ones that I can show you there. The next little step is the messages. So if you receive messages on the app, you can see it now there. I haven't got any messages at the moment. The next large change is the number of alarms. So we have imported some of the alarms from the old FMS side. Um, these things will slowly become online. We are porting them, so at the moment they're all on FMS. We don't want to take them off FMS, but we want to leave them on this as well. So we have to port them to this side. So let me quickly run down to what is at the moment working and not working. Device not response, that's still on Digit FMS, but it will be soon me go over to our side, so you can click it on if you want. Lockdown movement, those things both will go out to the new app within the next day or two. IO events, that's on DigitWeb, that's already being sent to the app via the messages. Supply voltage drop, that's already on the new app. Location entry exit, that's already on DigitWeb. Low fuel indication, that's not on the Digit app side, I think. That's still on FMS and will be ported within the next day. No GPS lock, also on Digit FMS and will be ported in the next day. Route deviation is already on DigitWeb. Danger zones, that is on DigitWeb, the app as well, but it's on FMS as well. So the danger zones is something which we define as a group. So I don't think you'll get many alarms on that unless there's a vehicle going into a specific danger zone. Speed alarms. This is on Digit FMS at the moment and will be added to the site within the next day or two. Fuel add drop events. That's already on the site. There isn't one on Digit FMS. And then license and services, that's already on Digit Web and it will become live. So those are reminders. You can set it up under Digit FMS. In fact, I think it's already live. You can set up like a 15-day reminder or a 5-day reminder of licenses or a service that is due that will send a message to the app. Okay, so those are alarms. Then trips, you can see we've changed the interface. So the vehicle which is selected is whatever vehicle you've got selected from the list. So if I go to, let me go to that specific vehicle. Maybe I should go to a vehicle that I know has got some traffic. Sorry guys, this is, let me quickly go to a vehicle. I got no idea which one has got trips and not trips. So I'm just going to grab one. Okay. So if I go to this vehicle and I then go to trips, then it will give me indication for trips. So let's quickly look for yesterday. It doesn't look like there's anything for yesterday or the day before. Sorry, the vehicles on my system doesn't necessarily do any trips. Let me quickly select a different vehicle. Let me try this vehicle and I go to trips. And I go for yesterday, doing a search. There we go. There's the vehicles, a trip for the vehicle. Let's take one where it's got some movement. It's got very little movement. Those are two icons on top of each other, basically. You can go and get information as to when and where it moved. What's also now nice is you can select today and it will go and busy processing today's data. So it'll just take a little bit longer because it's processing the data live like it did in the old app. And then when it comes back, there we go. We see for 10th of July trips that has been made. So we can click on the 47-minute one and zoom to it. And there we go. So those are live trips as it came in this morning. Today's the thing. Yeah, that's true. Okay, and then the last thing which we added is services. We now have a send SOS service which goes directly to the control room. We have a vehicle recovery. When you press on it, we'll ask you, is it okay to proceed? You can cancel or you can say okay. And it comes back and tells you that the SOS was sent successfully. The same for vehicle recovery requests. It will send a recovery request for the current vehicle, but I'm pretty sure the control room will contact you in regards to that. And then please call me. Like Rawdon specified this morning, this is new services, so we're in the process of seeing how they will work as add-ons and how we will proceed in sending it to the customers. The Digit call up will go directly to you guys as franchise owners. So if your client presses on the button, it will send you a message for a contact for them. So yeah, bear with me as we get this live in the next day. All these services up and running for you guys. So that's a brief overview of the new app. Let me know your thoughts on it. Sorry for the quick improv video. Have a great day. Cheers.